accept you. Like there is a girl I know in Florida, USA. She had an HND in Nigeria, but you know their HND in Nigeria is different than.
Okay, I just like, it's not like I have, anyway, I've been having Belgium in mind to go there, so I don't know, but if there are other opportunities that I can like go to any European country, like where I can study and work, because my problem is I just want a place where I can study and work, because in my mind I wanted to first of all go to Belgium. So somebody, a family person told me that no, I can come here first and I raise some money first before I go to Belgium. So I've come here.
Sorry, the person is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
She gave me a different clue about this place.
Okay.
Yeah, to have a job in the Philippines is very difficult, because you need to be bilingual. Yes, I understand French and I speak a little bit, but it's so like you need to be fluent a little bit with the French, like more of the French, and I'm not really good at that. So
that's the Philippines.
Really like, yeah, in the Philippines.
Okay.
So having a job is not really, it's not really easy here. So like I'm the one who I've been here now. I've seen the look of things and the pressure I have back home, that expecting me, because my mom is depending on me and she's expecting me to be like, okay, I should work and let her just, because her health is not fine.
Yeah,
so
I understand.
I want to look for somewhere else where, even if now, yes, I've already made a mistake and come here, I don't want to. I've already given them some clues that having a job, because since I came here, I've not been working. I've been working from home, but they're just my side hustles that I've been working. So I'm trying to look for, like, okay, if I have an admission in Europe and I get back to them and tell them that, okay, I've already had an admission to go to school and it's just money. You can look for money. You can look for money anyhow, and I travel and I go there, and another no. Within this period of time, I'll work back the money and balance. Rather than me being here and expecting that, okay, I'll have a job, but
that's the same thing. Continue. I'm listening.
There are people that have been here that have made more than 6 months without having a job. Easy. So that's why I'm already thinking fast rather than actually late. Yeah. So that's why I was looking for somebody, like, I have friends that have traveled to Europe, but no, I've been talking to them like, okay, help me look for an admission. Nobody's serious about it. So even when I had a family, somebody in Belgium, but the way people are, like, I don't have time to do this. Nobody wants to help you. That's why I made this mistake. If somebody was there to brief me more,
you cannot be going to the Philippines. I have a friend from Philippines. She is even in France for over how many years now? Before I moved to Turkey, she was in Paris, but now I think she's in Bordeaux. We have not talked for so many months. So you cannot be going to Philippines. It's just that you didn't know. And again, when they are putting a lot of pressure on you, there are places you shouldn't go to as an international student, because you need money to take care. Like you rightly said, your parents are not okay and you need to help them. You understand? I myself am from that type of a zone, so I know all of those things. I was supposed to be paying back, but I finished the greater proportion. So I understand things like that. It's not easy, especially when you make a first mistake. That is, you are not very careful. It can break your dreams. I know all those things. I've been there before.
So I'm here like that, but I'm not thinking, like, I've been thinking, so, like, actually, if I have people that if I tell them that, okay, I've gotten the admission to go to Europe, like, it's the money that is the problem. I believe they can help me to support me. Like, if I get there, the problem is I get there now, I start working. Because I've struggled. The small money that I've been having here.
But the baking money is not any money now. That's
it's not borrowed. Yeah.
That's Gary.
Money.
Yeah.
It's not like when I was coming here, they borrowed money for me to come here. It's not borrow any money for me to come here. But it's just that okay, my mom is expecting that now. I'm supposed to be sending her back money home, and I'm not able because I'm for work. But the way I'm seeing the work, for it to come, it will take me time. And that time, one, I want to take my brother and my work. I want to go to school. I left my HND. I was supposed to do my degree, but I've not done my degree.
Yeah. And when you don't have a degree like this, HND is still good, but looking at the way things are going now, in maybe 2024, 2025, people with HND will have a serious issue. Though HND is still good, but most of the times, only schools that will recognize research would maybe accept people with HND, like if the people have done research, maybe they have some maybe relevant qualifications or experiences, they can accept you. Like there is a girl I know in Florida, USA. She had an HND in Nigeria, but their HND in Nigeria is different than HND in Cameroon. You understand? Theirs is like they get their HNDs after 4 years or something. The first 2 years they do class work, then they go for 1 year industrial training or something. Then after the 4th year now they finish everything. Theirs is more of industrial training than that of Cameroon. So, and again, when she was even applying for her PhD, because in the US you can live directly from bachelor's to PhD, you understand? So when she was applying for her PhD to study in the US, she actually, I know all the story. She applied for like maybe 10 schools, but she did some extra things because you have to prove to graduate school that you are the best candidate and you have some qualifications. It's not just about your results. Though she was the best in her university, but it's not all about your results when it comes to graduate school. You understand? So HND, people with HND, they still have a lot of work to do, because even if you want to apply to some schools in US, it will sometimes need you to evaluate your transcript. HND, the way the grades on HND's transcripts are, they are not like that of a degree. If you have seen a transcript from the University of Boya or maybe Yaoundé, you will understand what I mean. Yeah, I think HND comes in grades. Meanwhile, is it in grades like 1, 2, 3 up to 20? The way they
No, it's like you have upper credit, you have this thing. You have distinction, you have upper credit, and you have very good.
Okay, I understand now. But it's always good when you don't have a degree like this. It disturbs a lot. Philippines is not somewhere someone should advise someone to go there for schools. It's just that you didn't know and you didn't have the idea. First, I cannot advise anybody to go to Asia. That is my first point. You understand? Because I already know everything now. I cannot make a mistake twice. That's why when people book a consultation with me, I always tell them, first, I always ask them, how much is your budget? But I know for your case, you don't still have a budget because I already understood the first statements you made. But I will explain some things to you. Because if you are going to Asia to go and work, it is still going to be somehow very difficult. Like now, the countries in Asia, Dubai and Bahrain, they are not the best right now. So that's why I always advise people, if you have a degree, go to school in Europe. Because from there, a lot of countries now in Europe are looking for labor force. Germany is even implementing the how are they calling it? There is a pathway in Canada called what's that pathway? Germany is trying to implement it, where you put in your details online in the Canadian immigration system. Then they grade you according to points. You put your height, you put your education, you put your working experience, you put your marital status and all the rest. Then after some time, maybe if you are lucky, the Canadian immigration will invite you will send an email inviting you to apply for permanent residency. I think, but that too is a lot of money. I think it's around 6 million for you to pull through to that. It's around 13,000 Canadian dollars. But again, the system is now even more difficult because it's like, influx is already getting big. That's why I was talking to someone today that the way I'm seeing things, if by 2025, if you had ambitions to move like abroad, by 2025 you haven't moved, it may not be easy. It may not be easy. The way they are looking at it, some people are thinking because Europe is looking for labor force, they are just going to open their borders like that. It is going to be very, very complicated in coming years. Yeah, that is the fact. Okay, now, you said, where should we start from now? You are looking at Belgium, am I correct? You can see this is a university in Lithuania, and it shows that applications or university applications is open in Lithuania, in one specific university in Lithuania right now. So if you are an international student and you are looking for where to go and study, Lithuania is open right now. And remember, before you even apply to this university, remember that the embassy is usually very crowded. When if you waste a lot of time, you will not be able to get an appointment. So apply now and get admissions and try to book your visa interview or stuff. Now, the first stage is to submit the applications with your documents, all right, where you have to fill the online application form. And of course, you attach copies of your educational certificates and equally a copy of your passport. That is the first stage. Do not forget to check country specific requirements. Step 2. But before you even go to step 2, take note that there is no English language test required. So no IELTS, no TOEFL, nothing, all right? Candidates who want to apply for bachelor study must provide secondary school certificates, and candidates who want to apply for masters must provide secondary schools and high school certificates, all right? If the applicant is currently studying in the final year of secondary school and the final secondary school certificate is not available and the deadline is approaching, the applicant should submit the recent transcript of academic records. Please put this into consideration. Documents in a language other than English or Russian or Lithuanian have to be converted, all right? Then evaluation of application documents and other documents takes 1 to 2 weeks, and of course, if application is not full, the applicant would also be asked to submit other documents, but if full, you would have to you will provide all the other documents. Now, the step 2 is the interview. All right, if you pass the first stage or if your documents are real, they will invite you for an interview via Skype, Zoom, or WhatsApp. It depends. All right, then the step 3, now you have to pay the application fee, which is non-refundable. Remember that. All right, remember you can equally pay it online, and payment takes 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks for it to reach the bank in your university. Then the next thing is for visa application. You can apply for visa depending on the country where you are. EU students are not applying for visas. Other students can only use their identity card, like students coming from Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Malta, Luxembourg, Netherlands, and other countries, all right? And remember that non-EU students or students applying for visas in their home country, it is advisable to contact the embassy or consulates on time. Like I told you, consult the academic department or accommodation unit of your university. Then if you need an accommodation, and of course you start studies, and when you are to start studies, you have to make sure you travel with all your original documents to show your university, then participate in the orientation week. This is how admissions runs in Lithuania, and I will be talking about more of this in subsequent videos. I just want to draw your attention to the fact that university admissions right now is open and available in Lithuania, all right? So that is something you should know. So pay attention to all this, all right?